This is ABRSM Grade 1 Theory, question 1.5. Tick or cross each box to show whether the rests are correct or incorrect. As you can see, you've got 3 boxes underneath 3 rests, and we have to decide whether they're correct. Let's have a look at this first one. So we know the time signature is 4/4, which means 4 crotchet beats in the bar, and we have a rest. Now we have to work out what rest that is. Is it a semi-brief rest or is it a minim rest? Now, if it is hanging from the ceiling, if it's suspended down, suspended semi-brief. If it is sitting on the line, it is mounted. It is a mounted minim. Okay, those are the 2 things to know to start with. So let's have a look at this rest. And it is very much suspended, which means it is going to be a semi-brief. So we actually only need two more beats in this bar, which means that it's not correct. It's not correct because that would be 4 beats, and that's 1 and that's 1, which would make a total of 6. So let's go on to the next example, and this one is a crotchet. We have to work out whether this is correct. So we have got, I'm going to write this down here because you won't be able to write on the screen. So you're going to have to use your spare bit of paper that you've got, and I'm going to just write down the rhythm there. And I'm going to separate it by putting the invisible middle line that lives right in the middle of 4/4 time. And one of the rules of grouping, whether it's beaming or grouping or rests, is that you must not cross that middle line. You cannot beam across or have a rest across that middle line. Okay, so it doesn't look like that's happened, and it is a crotchet, which is what we need. So we've got a crotchet and a half here, we've got a half there, which means 2 for this side of the bar. That's a crotchet and that's a crotchet, so that's 2, and of course they together make 4. So that means that it looks pretty much successful to me. So I think that one is a tick. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. So a few more notes in this bar, so I'm just going to write them out. We've got 2 crotchets, then we've got a semi-quaver plus 3 semi-quavers, and we have got 2 quavers. Okay, so let's mark out our beats. Where's that middle line? Okay, so it's going to be here. So we've got 1 crotchet and 1 crotchet here, which is going to be 2, and we need to have 2 on this side as well. So we've got 1 crotchet here because we've got 2 halves, so that's going to be our 1 crotchet. Now, let's have a look at this, because this is the bit that counts really and is going to make this rest correct or not. So we've got 3 semi-quavers. Now we know that if we were to have 4 semi-quavers and group them together, then that equals 1 beat. And so if you were to remove one of them, and you're going to have to replace it with a rest, you're going to have to replace it with the same value rest for it to make 1 beat. And of course that actually does work. So yes, I would say that is correct. They have used the correct beat here.